My name's Dom Jones. I am the founder of Dom Empire and the executive producer of Black Love Heck Yeah, a Dom Empire culture campaign. Giving them the blues. That's how they like to be introduced. Bo is an accomplished businessman, student, and owner of Blood, Sweat, Tears, and Ink. Bri is an accomplished author, poet, and host of their weekly open mic, Speakeasy, every Sunday evening at University Bartending School in Berkeley. Together, the Blues are taking it to the next level of entrepreneurship.
Okay, so I'm an MC, and I had a verse that wasn't really meshing real good with any of the beats I was trying it on. So I figured I would try my hand in spoken word, and I only knew one spoken word artist, which was at the time Lil Sis.
I told
Bri.
you was stalking me.
So I hit her up. I asked her where could I, try this piece out, and she told me to go to Mouth Off.
At the Air Lounge.
Just, to show support. She would come through and, show some support, as a friend. And so I come down there, and the young lady I was actually dealing with at the time said she was going to come too.
He didn't tell me that. But it wouldn't have mattered because I thought I was just Lil Sis.
So the young lady I was dealing with at the time did not show up. Bri did. By the end of the night, I don't know what it was, we was hugged up in the back of Air Lounge, which is so unplayer.
It was so unlike me. Like that, and that's my oasis right there. So I had friends walking up, looking at us like, hold on, what is this? He bought me a drink. He don't buy drinks for nobody.
She's the first woman I ever bought a drink for at the bar. Ever.
I
don't
passed
do that.
him a note, little handwritten poem.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little while later, he told me he had to leave.
I told her I had to leave. Truth was, I didn't have a vehicle, and my last bus was running, but I couldn't say all that. I got to rush out. I got work in the morning, But, that last bus was coming, so I had to get out of there, real fast. And when I got home, I kind of sat there and kind of tried to figure out what had just happened because, like I said, everything that happened that night was very much out of character. And I wrote a response to the letter she wrote me that night. And
6 months later,
we got married 6 months later.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Talk it out.
We talk a lot. Probably more than he likes. I talk. I'm coming from a talking family. So we talk. I think he tunes me out at some point. But one thing we instituted early on that we're actually trying to get back into is our marriage journals. And we were doing that via email so that one didn't have to feel pressure to respond verbally immediately. And if it was something that might get a heated response, one could cool off first and then decide how they wanted to respond to the other one. And then some of those just, instead of text messages, it was just a little different to be able to express yourself, say how you feel, or give the I love yous in a little bit more detail than what you get sending a text or a Facebook post.
True. And I think also by communicating through a marriage journal, and not even just the marriage journal, something that we've learned going along is that myself and men in general usually need a little bit more time to process emotion.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't
so what we've learned over time is that everything doesn't need to be hashed out right then and there.
What he's already known all this time, what I'm still trying to learn, because I'm a very impatient person. And if I feel like there's a disconnect or some issue, I want to deal with it right then, right now. And I'm really trying to grow and work on realizing that everything can't be dealt with in that moment if I want it to go in a positive direction.
Yeah, so it's a ever evolving process, but the commitment to the process is what keeps the communication going.
It's, for me at least, it's frightening. It's frightening in the sense of knowing and seeing the reality and infusing that with the emotions attached to being an artist, and then looking at my kids and realizing they have no clue, they have no understanding. And my daughter, well, she's 7, she's so blatant, she's so black and white, that when my husband was having a conversation with her a few weeks ago, right after the verdict.
Oh yeah.
Right after the grand jury verdict, and my daughter was asking what was going on because it was all over the news, and he's explaining it to her. And me, you know, I'm a mom. I want to protect them. I want to keep them safe in any way possible, so I don't expose them to as much as maybe I should, or as much as he does. So he had the candid conversation with her about what was going on with these young black boys and the police and all. And she's like, "Oh, okay, tell me more." And, "Oh, you know, another one that got killed, what's his name? And what's his name?" And it's so matter of fact to her that I feel like we have to find ways to make it real. When I asked her, I told her to write a poem or write something about what she got out of that conversation. Like what was the result or the conclusion in her mind. And it was simple to her. She said, police shouldn't kill little boys, especially 12-year-olds with fake guns. And this is what she wrote out. And for her, it was just that simple. Knowing that I have a 2-year-old little black boy growing up in a community and an environment and society that I can't promise to protect him all the time. I know a poem is not going to make a difference. It's not going to create by itself the change that would need to come about in order for them to be okay. But it's a starting point. And for them to see artists coming together, whether it's at a weekly open mic, whether it's to volunteer for something, whether it's to all provide a platform for something bigger, to me is just another form of showing them a way that everybody together can make real change come about. And I think that's of utmost importance right now, you know, in the midst of all this chaos that we're dealing with.
Me, as a parent, as an artist, as a black man, as a husband, right now, as tumultuous as everything is, this is a very fortunate time and place to be. It's like for most of our lifetimes, we've been looking back saying, well, if we had the opportunity to do X, Y, and Z in the movement and all this and that, I would have done it this way, I'd have done it that way, and we have our heroes in the movement. Well,
I'd have been following Malcolm X instead of Martin Luther King, and
well, okay, now's your chance. And so I was, or not was, but have been very energized, and it's been very centering to kind of see where we're headed, where we're at. And it didn't start just recently with the recent things. It actually started back, I wrote a piece about it when I saw the Oscar Grant video for the first time. It woke me up to how comfortable we had become with,
complacent almost,
with how things were, that as I was watching it all the way up until it happened, in my mind it was, here we go, another one of these, but not like another one of these like in a bad way. It's like another one of these, it is what it is kind of thing. And then when I got to the end, it was kind of like a light switch being flipped, and it's been steadily ratcheting up with incident after incident to where it can't be ignored, shouldn't have been ignored in the first place. But also, as I'm coming of age and watching my children grow, and as I've matured, I'm at that point now where, as I said in the beginning, it's my turn. It's on us now. We can't
waiting for somebody else to step up,
and we can't keep pointing the finger back at the failures or who dropped the ball, because at this point it's our ball now.
Pick it up.
We are the generation that's of age.
They say we are the ones we've been waiting for.
We're the professionals, we're the voters, we are the parents, we are the artists at the forefront. So it's that time to show and prove.
To do.
Coming up on Black Love Heck Yeah, we delve deeper into the entrepreneurial goals of the Blues and learn more about Blood, Sweat, Tears, and Ink and Speakeasy.